The first game is going to be between UAE and Bahrain. UAE is the hosts. I believe they can defeat a struggling Bahrain. Bahrain's team is not strong at the moment, and expect them not to do too well in this tournament. So I predict this win is going to be 2-0. A simple win for the UAE. Next game will be between Thailand and India. India have been spending a lot of money on their squad. I still don't believe they have the strengths to potentially make it past round 16. I do think Thailand is a stronger team. So I'll say a narrow victory there between Thailand and India. Bahrain and Thailand, I think Bahrain will be underestimated in this group. So I do think potentially they could get a point out of this. So I'm saying 1-1 here. India and UAE, I think it will be a narrow victory for the United Arab Emirates since they're the hosts. I do think they'll win 2-1. UAE versus Thailand, I'm saying UAE to draw against Thailand. India, Bahrain, I think India will edge it very slightly. So this is the standings currently. So as it stands, the United Arab Emirates and Thailand will qualify. India has potentially a chance to make it into round 16. In Group B, we have Australia, Syria, Palestine, and Jordan. It's a decent team. So Australia versus Jordan, I think Australia would easily pass this. 3-0. Syria is a strong team. They almost qualified to the FIFA World Cup. I think they lost in the playoffs. They also managed to get a point from Iran. It was a 2-2 draw. Even though it was controversial, they did grab a point. I think it was the 93rd or 4th minute. I do believe they can defeat Palestine. Jordan, Syria. Once again, I think Syria will win this. They are a very strong side. Jordan, I don't believe they have the strengths to make it out of this group. Palestine managed a point in a friendly against Iran not too long ago, so they will be high on confidence. But Australia will be strong enough. I do think Palestine will score, but I think Australia will win 3-1. Australia, Syria, I'm going for a 2-2 draw. I think Syria will pull something out of this. And I do believe Palestine will defeat Jordan. I do think Jordan will struggle to make it out of this group. Group C, we have Korea, China, Kyrgyzstan, and Philippines. It will be a very easy group for Korea Republic. It does look easy for them. China versus Kyrgyzstan, I think China would win 2-1. Korea Republic versus the Philippines, I think Korea will win 3-1. Philippines versus China, I'll go for a goalless draw. Kyrgyzstan versus Korea Republic, I'm saying 4-0. Korea Republic very strong. Son, Tottenham Hotspur player right now, he's very much on form and very dangerous. He's non-stop scored goals in the Premier League, even assists, man of the match in his last, well, man of the match in the last game, almost man of the match 2 games in a row. So I do think Korea are a very strong footballing side in this tournament. They will defeat China. And I do believe Philippines would win this 2-1. So I have Korea and China qualifying, but China only just with Philippines closely behind. In Group D, we have my footballing nation, Iran. They are one of the favorites. I think it's between Japan, Iran, and Korea as favorites, and second favorite, I think, is Australia. So in this group, I think Iran would beat Yemen. Iran is a very good footballing side defensively. Attackingly, they are not as strong as you would expect, they're not good at finishing. So I don't believe they would thrash any team. I think it will be narrow victories. They did quite well against a strong side, Venezuela. So Japan drew against Venezuela 1-1. Iran also drew against Venezuela 1-1, but they played better. They did dominate the game, and Venezuela is a good footballing side. I think the ranking is 30th in the world. Iraq is a strong side as well. You can never underestimate them. They play with pride. They would defeat Vietnam. I think Iran would narrowly defeat Vietnam here. I think Iraq will beat Yemen. I think Vietnam will beat Yemen. And I think Iran will edge it against Iraq to that horrendous exit in 2015. It was when we were wrongly, and this is not even me being biased, wrongly down to 10 men. A red card was shown to a defender, Pouladi, and Iraq took the lead. Iran equalized. They took the lead. It was a thriller, 3-3 game. Went to extra time, went to penalties, and we were knocked out on penalties. So I do think we'll get revenge on them. So I have Iran and Iraq qualifying, Vietnam with a chance. In Group E, we have Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Lebanon, and North Korea. Saudi Arabia are not as strong as you would think. Their performance in the World Cup was absolutely embarrassing. They really let the Asian side down. No fight, no pride, no passion. They bent over for Russia. Russia absolutely annihilated them. They tried to get something back towards the last game, but I don't think Saudi Arabia have a good chance in this tournament. I do think in this group, though, they will qualify. So I think they will narrowly defeat North Korea. Qatar, I think, will beat Lebanon 2-0. Lebanon versus Saudi Arabia, I think Saudi Arabia would narrowly win again. North Korea, Qatar, I think North Korea will get something out of this. I genuinely do. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, I think it'll be a draw. 1-1. Lebanon, North Korea, I think North Korea would win. So as I have it, oh, sorry, I think it'll be a draw. That makes more sense, doesn't it? Yes. So as I have it, surprisingly, Saudi Arabia and North Korea to qualify, and Qatar to follow closely behind. Finally, Group F, Japan, Uzbekistan, Oman, Turkmenistan. Uzbekistan are strong opponents. Of course, Japan are very strong, but Uzbekistan never to be underestimated. Oman is a good footballing side as well. We have to remember. Japan, Turkmenistan, I think Japan will completely annihilate them. I don't think Turkmenistan stand any chance of qualifying from this group. Uzbekistan, Oman, I think it would be a narrow victory for Uzbekistan. Oman, Japan, a narrow victory for Japan. Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, I think Uzbekistan will comfortably win this. Oman, Turkmenistan, I think Oman would win this. Japan, Uzbekistan, I'll say narrow victory for Japan, if not a draw. So I have Japan and Uzbekistan qualifying, Oman follow closely. Now, based on the input I have placed, we have the following teams also qualifying to the knockout stages: Qatar, Philippines, Vietnam, and Palestine. Based on the input that I have placed. But I think I need to make a correction, because I genuinely do believe India and Oman will qualify. I don't think Palestine will. So let's make a slight altercation. So Oman, Turkmenistan, could they get something from Uzbekistan? No, they can't. This is pretty much, that does make sense. They can't. I don't see them being able to get anything from the Japan or the Uzbekistan game, even if they do win by a massive margin. Let's go here and put it that way. That makes more sense. And India, I think, is a decent footballing side. So we don't want to cross out India because they've invested a lot of money. So let's do something. Let's make this win 3-0 or even 2-0. And let's do 3-0 because I want them to qualify into here. All right. So based on what I've placed, we have the following teams also qualifying: Qatar, Philippines, India, and Oman. Vietnam and Palestine, yeah, I do not see them making it to the knockout stages. The knockout stages is follows: China versus Thailand, and we're going to do something. All right. Thailand versus China. I would say China will win. So they will be playing against Iran versus Qatar. I think definitely Iran would win that. Australia versus India. I'm sorry, India, but it's your time to leave. Japan, Korea. Japan would win that. Saudi Arabia, Iraq. I think Iraq would win that. I don't think Saudi Arabia is as strong as we think. Korea, Oman. I think Korea would win that. Korea Republic. Syria, Uzbekistan. I'm going to go with Syria to win. UAE versus Philippines, and I'm saying the UAE would win it. So that is the quarterfinals that I have placed. Now from there, it would be China versus Iran. I think Iran would win that. Australia versus Japan. I think Japan would win that. Iraq versus Korea Republic. Korea Republic with Sun. Very threatening. And Syria versus UAE. I think Syria would win that. Now from here into the semi-finals, Iran versus Japan, Korea Republic versus Syria. This is where I struggle because I know that Japan will not be without Honda. They will be without Kagawa. It's a very young team, a new manager. I don't think they're as strong as they were in the World Cup. Iran are out without Izzatullahi. They don't have Rezai, Cover Rezaian, and they don't have Golizadeh, which is top European players for the Iranian side. However, they still do have Yahanbaksh, they still have Azmoun, they still have Taremi. They got good keeper Bayron Van. I do think Iran can beat Japan, and this is where I think will be our biggest test. Korea, Syria. I think Syria will be out, so I do think the final would be Iran versus Korea. And third place would be Japan versus Syria, which I think Japan would win. So I do think Japan would take third place. And I genuinely do think the winner between these two is very difficult. Korea is very much on form. They have one of the best players in the Asia right now, and Son is definitely, I believe, better than any Iranian player. Technically, potentially, in terms of skills, in terms of experience, in terms of desire, Korea has the best player. However, Iran, I think, is a better team overall, and this is not me being biased. It's not because I'm Iranian. I'm saying Iran would win. I genuinely do believe that they have a very strong side. A lot of things are going on in the country. They have a lot of desire. They have a lot of ambition. I do genuinely believe they can win it. Carlos Queiroz, an amazing manager, and I do think Iran would win the Asian Cup 2019. Let me know what you think anyway. I'm not an expert. I do have footballing knowledge, but anyone else can place input into this. So yeah, all the best.